1019 KACQ.
Good morning. I'm Casey Chapman here with your local Lampasas area news. This newscast is service of Hawk Power Pawn and Gun. LPD enjoyed a very quiet day yesterday. They did start off just past midnight with the arrest of an 18-year-old Cove man in the 1400 block of South Chestnut for possession of a controlled substance, and were sent out on a report of a suspicious vehicle that came in from the 1000 block of South Key. The rest of the morning and afternoon was uneventful. Officers capped things off late last night with the arrest of 19-year-old North Zolch, Texas man on the 1800 block of Santa Fe for possession of a controlled substance. Stick around, more Lampasas local area news is just moments away.
Hey now, what are you looking for?
I'm a little short on change. I'm craving some tacos, and payday is still 2 days away.
Well, you have all of this stuff sitting around here that you're not using right now, so why not take it up to Hoffy's Pawn and Gun and burn it and have some money to tide you over? And I also see you have stuff that you haven't used in a long time that you could just go sell, like this guitar that you were going to learn to play years ago.
Hey, that's not a bad idea. I think I'll do just that. Tacos, here I come.
Hold up, I'll go with you. They take all kinds of stuff like guns, jewelry, musical instruments, laptops, tools, and a lot more. They also offer a large selection of quality new and used guns and pistols, as well as ammo. Hey, do you feel like venison?
No, I don't think so.
Hoffy's Pawn and Gun. Check them out online at hoffyspawnandgun.com or head to 201 South Water Street in Burnett for all of your pawn shop and gun needs.
And when you just want some extra money for tacos.
Texans can purchase certain items tax-free during the state sales tax holiday for emergency preparation supplies the weekend of the 24th. There's no limit on the number of qualifying items that you can purchase, including household batteries, gas cans, and flashlights priced less than $75, hurricane shutters and emergency ladders priced less than $300, and portable generators priced less than $3,000. If you're buying online, note that delivery, shipping, handling, and transportation charges are part of the sales price. If the emergency preparation supplies being bought is taxable, the delivery charge is also taxable. Consider those charges when determining whether an emergency preparation supply can be purchased tax-free during the holiday. Constitutional carry is one step closer to becoming law in Texas. According to the Texas Tribune, the Texas House yesterday gave the initial okay to a bill that would allow handguns to be carried without a permit, making a win for gun right activists who have for years pushed the measures at the legislature, but a blow to El Paso Democrats who have been fighting for gun safety measures since the 2019 massacre in their hometown. House Bill 1927 would nix the requirements for Texas residents to obtain a license to carry handguns if they're not prohibited by the state or federal law from possessing a gun.
If you are a law-abiding citizen, age 21 or older, that can legally possess a handgun, you will be able to carry that handgun in a holster in public places where it is not otherwise prohibited.
Texas, under current state law, must generally be licensed to carry handguns, either openly or concealed. The House will need to give a final stamp of approval of legislation before it heads to the Senate, where the bill's fate is less clear. A casino powerhouse is doing everything in its power to legalize gaming in Texas.
The Las Vegas Sands Corporation is set to run ads trying to convince Texas lawmakers to pass a bill allowing for 4 destination casinos in our biggest cities. Rice University political scientist Mark Jones says they're very invested, having paid more than 50 lobbyists some $5 million.
This strikes me as there's a set of lobbyists and political consultants getting rich via the Las Vegas Sands. But with the reality being that Las Vegas Sands might as well just be burning its money.
He says Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick will hold firm to the same position he's had for over a decade, and that's no to gambling. Jones says if this ever made it to the ballot, Texas voters would pass it overwhelmingly. Barbara Schwartz, TSN News.
The passengers are returning, the planes are filling, and flights are being added. So what's the latest issue for airlines? TSN's LP Phillips says many of the employees who were laid off during the pandemic need to be recertified.
In most businesses, a person who was furloughed, then recalled, simply shows up for work. In the airline industry, someone who was on the beach has to get in line for another background check. Paul Hartshorn Jr. of the Association of Professional Flight Attendants says there were 75,000 in the airline industry who were furloughed.
We have a backlog of all airlines coming in and having to go through special Department of Transportation requirements that include fingerprinting, things of that nature.
He says some flight attendants are having trouble getting their coronavirus shots because of their schedules keeping them in the air so much they can't get an appointment. LP Phillips, TSN News.
In sports, weather permitting, Badger baseball matches up with Stephenville again tonight. This time it's on Badger soil. You can hear that game live at 7 on 101.9 or at lampasasradio.com. Lady Badger softball hits the road today to match up with Stephenville. You can hear that game on KCYL 1450 on the AM side or also at lampasasradio.com with the first pitch at 6:30. A decision whether the game will go on as scheduled will be made later today.
109 KACQ.